Of the American Petroleum Institute. I imagine you would send an engraved invitation to the White House for them to come on over and to learn a little bit more about this. When she talks about the fact that there's all this opportunity for drilling to be done in America, how do you respond?
Well, look, Dana, right now there are over 100,000 active federal leases that are being developed. This 9,000 statistic is phony. They don't really know how the process works. In fact, when you get a lease, you have to go through a whole process of making sure that, first of all, that there actually is oil and gas on the lease, and then you have to get more federal permits to develop it. This is all about red tape. This is not about getting American energy development going again. And we want to make sure that American producers can produce here in America and become that energy powerhouse that we have been over the course of the last decade.
So Mike, here's where the pressure goes. On screen, guys, call 401. Today, $4.31. That is a record high for the U.S. Yesterday, 4.25. A month ago, it was 347. A year ago, what was it? Was it
260 or something?
260, right? Okay, so here begins the question then. Day one in office, Mike, right? You've got Keystone. You got the Paris Climate Accord, you've got ANWR in Alaska. And you just wonder about the pressure on the consumer and how that transfers to the pressure on the White House's policy over the next 6 months, perhaps. So I would ask you whether or not, Mike, is their policy really set in stone?
Well, we have to think about where we started with this administration. And you point out some of those big executive actions they took at the beginning of the administration. But let's rewind. A decade before, over the course of the last decade, household energy costs have actually gone down until this year in 2021 and 2022. And that's because of these inflationary pressures that have been brought on because we have decided not to develop our own resources here at home. We need to get back to that consensus when we were producing about 13 million barrels a day before the pandemic. We need to get back to that. And the way that we do it is we unlock that American potential. And it's not just American potential, it's potential in Canada as well. Remember, that Keystone XL pipeline was supposed to be bringing Canadian oil into the United States to refine here at American refineries that are staffed by American workers. We need to get that infrastructure back going again. But it's not just about Keystone. It's about developing an American infrastructure as well. And they're sitting on permits now that could unlock that American energy potential.
Mike, they have a new hashtag. They're calling it the Putin price hike. But it's only a matter of time before they start saying that the oil companies are the ones that are gouging American consumers. How will your companies, the member companies, handle that?
Well, just watch. I mean, the next step is they're going to ask to tax American oil and gas companies. We think that would be totally inappropriate. The fact is, we all know that if you put new taxes